When it comes to real estate videos, making good, high quality content can be tough, and a lot of times we use our phone, but there is the new GoPro Creator Edition. I got a couple add-ons here. I've done some past videos of me ordering this, but I have done a full review. We're going to be testing not only the Medium Mod microphone, but the lavalier mic. Where is it? There it is. All of the settings for the GoPro. I found the best settings. I found the best microphone attachments. And let me tell you one thing right now. The Rode Wireless Go is pretty sick, but there are some things you definitely need to know about it. Plus, we've got the Volta. This extends your battery life. So if you want the can't miss camera for real estate for the rest of your life, we're going to be doing a full review on the new GoPro Hero 11 Black Creator Edition with some different modifications that I, your channel junkie, top YouTube realtor of all time, is going to teach you. So here's a few things that I've figured out about this GoPro that I like, don't like. I struggled for like an hour to figure out how to hook up the Volta to this. Here's what I figured out first and foremost. This drives me nuts. So you have your slow-mo right there. I just want to shoot in 1080, 60 frames per second. So, when you click on this here, basically all I had was this view here. 5.3, 5.3, 4K, or 2.7. So I was like, okay, I'll just shoot in 5.3. So that was just gonna be my setting. And I'm like, where is 1080? I don't get it. Where can I go in and change that? So what I figured out is you gotta go right here and then scroll over, and you gotta go from controls from easy up to pro. This is what I'm used to. And if you guys are GoPro users, you would know that too. So now I get this window down here. This is where you can click on it and then go to that pencil and you click on the res. And right here, you can go from 5.3, whatever. I always just use 1080, 60 frames per second. You guys can go as crazy as you want. Remember, 4K is not better picture quality. It's just a bigger frame, a bigger square. You can see it there, that 4.3. That automatically switches it to 2.7. Then you go with that full 8:7, you get 4K, but you can even go up to 5.3. So again, if you want super slow-mo, that's why I always liked going just 16:9, 1080 at 60 frames per second, because I can really slow that down in the editor and make for great slow-mo B-roll. And if you want really slow B-roll, I would go to 120, but I have found that 60 is the best. 30 frames per second, that's better for cinematic, just talking head. But again, I don't use it. I've had great luck with just 1080 at 60 frames per second. So now I wanted to hook this Volta up because I was using it as I talked about. And the one thing I want to notice, you see how that's already bent down? GoPro's got some major problems with this. The Volta is amazing, but just hooking it into here the whole time, it feels like it's pulling down. And when I turned it to, mess with it, it bent this thing, and I bent it back up. So that right there, it was bent down even farther. It's super weak and flimsy, so I'm not a huge fan of that. I think over time this thing's gonna go to crap on me, so we will see. But I tried to hook this up, and what I found out is you gotta go into your settings, preferences. I get it because it's Bluetooth, but it was super confusing. It took me forever to figure it out. You gotta go right here to wireless connections and hit the arrow and connect device. And then go down and select the Volta. And what it's gonna make you do is, I had this plugged in. You have to make sure you unplug that. And then you gotta hit this Bluetooth button for 4 seconds, and then it links it to this. So once I did that, it's all good to go now. So this does work. Again, this is what I was talking about. If I'm vlogging like this, the way that the camera is set up, so you gotta open up this little door. I'm just gonna probably put my camera down to show you because it shuts, and then hook that up. So now we're hooked up. So look at that tilt already. See how it's twisted right there? And this is the best way to hold it. So I would be vlogging like this, meaning my start and stop is over here, which is fine, but that's kind of a pain in the butt to have that right there. I would think, why wouldn't you put it right in front? Now, when I was on the bike talking, this was out and I had my mount hooked up to it. So I had this on there. right? And see how that screw goes up there? It's actually like this. It hits this screw right here. And it's really, really clunky. Now, I gotta put the camera down and watch this. If I can show you, this thing clicks up top, okay? So I can move it. And it's kind of difficult. It really locks in there. You'll hear it click, click. And now I have it where we're vlogging and we're using it right, okay? But when I did that writing, see how much stress it, and it puts your cord up into your screen, and that thing bent down. It got messed up. So that's why you can't do it that way. Not a huge deal if you just put it, you know, the way that it's supposed to be. So what I figured out is this has just got to be set up like this. Now you're like, oh, that looks good. Well, it works good for from behind, but you know, and I get it, you know. Here's the thing GoPro did. Oh, for the creator, here's for vlogging. They'll have the thumb access so they can see through the screen. Well, creators vlog with it pointing. So they got it backwards in my opinion, but it's not a huge deal. I could get used to just using my finger. What I'll do is just hit record, which I unhooked it. I got to rehook through Bluetooth. Hit record and then, you know, vlog like this. So the other thing I wanted to show you, see that big screen there? That thing, I can't stop looking at it. It's so big. And I have it turned off. So in your settings, you can go in there and turn your screen on so that you can see yourself. But all in all, it actually looks pretty cool. It feels good. I'm just nitpicking it because of the way I use it, but I'm just gonna have it like this, and I think I'm gonna make a lot of really killer videos with it. You know, you've heard the audio and everything, so I'm gonna just keep messing with this thing. So I love how just compact it is and light, and like I don't have all this stuff flopping around. I stick my hand out the car window a lot in vlogs, so this is gonna be nicer for that. Then I don't have that huge microphone up top that's flapping in the wind that I would have to grab the microphone by hand and the unit so that it wouldn't fly off. So now I shouldn't have to even worry about it. I can just go straight out the window with this. So should make life a little bit easier. So I still don't know how to use the Volta. I'm not one who reads directions a lot, so I probably need to just go back and read those because it's not hooking up. Now it is charging. I have noticed I'm at 41% battery. So this thing is charging my battery. I was only at 27% to start. So that's awesome. The one thing is I'm gonna have to figure out a mount for my e-bike because I get dirty. So right now I can't mount it to anything, so I'm just gonna use, it comes with this on the Volta, this cord, and as you can see, this freaking screw sits right here, and it's holding this attachment, which you can't quite see. You know, the standard GoPro attachment that you can stick to a helmet or something? That's right here, but it hits this freaking screw, and then that means the cord is over on this left side, which is the wrong side. Now my power button's on the back and you can't see it. I do like how you can twist this thing, so I can go quickly like that. And you can twist it, but what it's doing is it's pulling that cord. I have a feeling that cord being twisted that hard, if I want to get it all the way around. Now the thumb is right here, so if I can figure out how to turn it on and off, but that cord is wrapping all the way around and up and in there. It's gonna mess up that USB-C port, I guarantee it. So that is one major flaw with this Volta vlog setup, but other than that, this thing feels awesome, and we're gonna roll. I'm gonna hop on the e-bike. I got a business meeting with Joe, my Houston partner, and the team, and I'm gonna e-bike to the meeting. So I'm gonna get some B-roll. I wish I could hook it up to this so I didn't even have to hold it, but I'm gonna put the old choker strap on my wrist, and I'm gonna roll down the road here. And the other thing I wanna test is how good the audio of just this media mod is. I'm hoping I don't need to add that wireless lav mic, that I can just go, like I'm just talking normal right now. So I've got some wind behind me. I don't know if I even turn the microphone on to just straight up or if I've got it front and back. So if I were just to be vlogging like this, I'm going 18 miles an hour. This baby can rip about 31 miles an hour, you know, just making sure that you can hear me. I know with my old GoPro setup with the Rode Video Micro, it was crystal clear audio. In fact, I'll play a little bit of that right now so that you can see. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit more air going. I don't wanna go too fast because I basically have one hand on the handlebars here, but I'm going about 25 miles an hour and there's obviously some wind, and I wanna make sure that you can see everything, or that you can hear me. And the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip you around so that you can see. I really can't wait to mount this on the bike so I can hold on to the grip. All right, I'll flip you around. I can get the Volta mounted, right there, that's the cool thing about the top of the Volta is you can just go click, click, and it clicks in, so it holds it, and it's not gonna sit there and turn. And I like that. I would be able to just turn it right on my e-bike and be able to get B-roll. Then I can just have one big long clip or whatever and edit what I need, but I'm gonna have to figure out how to mount it right now. And the thing that, I don't know if I mentioned it, so you know those attachments, I'll have B-roll of this, but the side of it is where you mount it to your helmet. Well, if you use one of those, it hits the screw. So I'm gonna have to flip that thing the other way. And if you had it on the side, it probably doesn't make sense right now, but the screw that holds the bottom of the GoPro and the media mod to the Volta, that screw hits the mount. So when I do twist it, it hits it really hard. I'm really liking it though, if I can just figure out. My big thing is the audio. I don't really care about all the gimmicks and all that shit. That's why I use the GoPro Hero 7 Black and 8 Black, because it just works. At the end of the day, it's not like perfect video quality. You gotta have a good story in there and you gotta be able to, you know, hear me. So the audio is what I'm really excited to see if this shotgun mic is working. And then next I'm gonna put on the lav mic, see if that works. There's the Rode or Wireless Go 2 and the lav. So I'm gonna hook both these bad boys up. I just watched all the film of, you know, just the media mod. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. It's a different sound than the Rode Micro that I used to use on top of my old GoPro. It's a little bit, like, it doesn't have the bass, the clarity, but it's super clear, even driving fast. But I'm excited to see this and see if it's just like butter audio. But right now, you'd be just fine with this. So we're gonna throw these on real quick, look at it, and then go test it. All right, so right now, if you have the Volta, that cord's just gonna hang there now. So, or you can actually still use your thumb control and everything, but I don't know how you're gonna mount it unless I actually probably move that to the front. Right now it looks like this. Maybe I can switch it, you know, and clip it the other way from the front, just so I can plug this in, because right now it's really in the way. I would have to, you know, put it in backwards. So kind of clunky there. I'm gonna try and switch it around and see if that helps. Never mind, found out immediately. These hot shoes only have one way in, so you can't go in from the front, gotta hit it from the back. So that's how that sits like that. So now hooking up the media mod to that, or sorry, the Volta to the media mod would have to go in and flip this thing 180. I 180'd that, and then your cord goes right in front of your screen, pain in the butt. So what I did is I took it off the side and I put it up top. So this is kind of your view of it now. All right, so just so I can film this, I got it sideways. So what you have to do is with these GoPros, you gotta go up to the top and you just scroll down. That gets to your settings. The settings on this one, we want her over, so I just scrolled over. Preferences, and then you gotta go right here to this mods right there. That's how we hooked up the Volta. And I found you gotta hit that little arrow. And then you see the media mod is hooked up and it's on standard mic. That's this one here, okay? So that's the way that it hooks itself up anyways. So you gotta go to standard mic, select that, And then we want to go to a powered mic, I found out. So you can do powered mic or powered mic plus. And what the powered mic plus says, and that says increases powered mic sensitivity by 20 decibel if the audio is not loud enough. So I'm not gonna mess with that. If I got this Rode Video Micro that I spent all that, or the wireless, this should work just fine. So that's good there. We're gonna get out of here and we're gonna go test it. All right, so I got this hooked up. It needs charged. One of them was good, the actual receiver there. The microphone down here was not. A few things that I learned. I'm gonna turn my phone right here. They have these little wind jammers right here. So this is the microphone you can clip to your shirt. The reason I want that is because that's gonna like really bag my shirt down. It's actually pretty heavy. It would work, it'd be just fine if you had a heavier jacket, but I think what I wanna do, and the cool thing is it comes with these little, anytime there's a wind jammer, I'm using it, especially for vlogging. The wind kills your videos. So what you do is it's got a little ring right there and then a ring on the outside. You kind of put it on and twist it. But what I'm gonna do is not do that and hook up this lav mic like this. And the dumb thing is it comes like this with a clip. I've never used a lavalier mic and I had no idea how to hook this up. So I figured it out finally. What you have to do is you have this little wind jammer, this little thing on top. You gotta pop that off, which feels like you're breaking it, but you're not. And then you just pinch this. You kind of like pinch it open, right? And this thing goes down. You pinch it open and you slide that through and you hit, there's little rings in there. And so I hit the ring right there and now it's like kind of stuck on there. And then you put this back on. So that's money, dude. So now I can clip this right onto my shirt and I'm gonna have audio and yeah, that little microphone sticks out to the left or right. All right, test number one, me and the Ripper Magoo on the e-bike. Here you go, let's blaze. So I got the lav mic on. Here's the crazy part is I haven't shot this video for like a couple days, so my Volta tripod is dead now. So I gotta manually put on the power button. So whenever you go out, make sure everything's charged up, because if you put the thing up on top like I did for the lav mic, it kind of blocks your power button. So I'm finding all sorts of weird things with this, but I'm hoping that the audio is crystal clear. Here's the thing I'm nervous about is with the wind hitting this lav mic, what it sounds like, because I did review the audio on the media mod and I was actually really impressed at high speeds. It sounded amazing. So it wasn't like the in-depth, and my voice is pretty messed up right now. I got some allergy stuff, but it wasn't the in-depth sound like with the bass, but totally good for vlogging, would be good enough. So now I'm going 22 miles an hour. Just wanted to check out this audio. I have the lav mic set at 12 decibel, minus 12. When I had it at just regular, I could see that it was spiking red, and I knew that right away that was gonna be super loud and poppy. So I think negative 12 would be probably the best, and then I'll change it here in a little bit to like 18 or less than that. But it's a pretty windy day and we're ripping. I'm hoping this audio is good. I can't wait to get out and just vlog with this, and I'm hoping that the audio on this lav mic is a lot better. What do you think, Ripper? Pretty cool? Now the cool thing is too, unlike the media mod, is I could turn it hopefully like this, and now I can get a bunch of B-roll of me talking over the top. And before, with a shotgun style mic, the microphone only works when it's pointing at you. So right now, it should be the same audio, but now I can show B-roll. So when I'm talking like this and showing different B-roll, it should have great audio, where I used to not have that before. So it may increase my speed on getting B-roll clips and stuff, but I don't know what this sounds like. It is so windy right now. Hopefully the audio is good. Microphone check. All right, so I want to test out the wireless ability. I don't know how far I can get from this. Hopefully I can get 20, 30 feet away. Might make a pretty cool video. I'm gonna go play with the kiddo.
I'm falling.
Are you falling?
Yeah.
What if I do this? Are you playing on the park?
No, it's tree.
Do you want to go down it?
No.
What,
Claire, look at me.
what are you doing?
I can't see.
Watch. Go over here and grab that. and then fall and swing. Whoa, Ripper Magoo. Did you do that? Oh. Did you fall down? All right, so I made it about 30 feet away. Now I'm about 15 feet. So I'm not quite sure on how good these wireless pick up from that far away, but hey, I see my stuff moving. Okay. This can add a whole new range to vlogging here. We're gonna get crazy on this. I'm gonna go even farther. Now I'm about 30 feet away. I'm gonna head to the opposite side. So now I gotta be 50, 60 feet away now. I don't know what the range is on these, but just testing it from about 50 feet away. I don't know if you guys can even see me. I'm way over on the other side. I don't know. I could huck a spiral perfect this far, but I got a Canon. So again, just checking it, seeing if we got range with the lav mic. I'm hoping this 12 decibel works too, because I haven't changed it yet. That's what I'll do right now. I'll go change it. And I'm just normal talking. -9. What are you doing, Jed? You going that way? You want to go play on the big one? Go play on the big one, dude. So that's -9 decibel. I'm thinking with my loud voice, that'll probably be best, something like that, 9 or 12. Here's 0, so there's not taking anything away. That's if you just took it out of the package. 0 reduction with normal talking. How loud is that? I think I'm gonna pretend like I'm talking on my phone so everybody doesn't think I'm crazy. So that's none, and then the highest setting is -30. So that's -30. I had it started at -18, and then I went to -12, and then I went to nothing. And then this is -30. So this is the most you can reduce your sound. And I do have a pretty big booming voice. Usually talking this loud, so seeing how it sounds. Here's -21. I think I started at -18, I did, so -21 right here. This would be just normal vlogging length right here. -21 with the lav mic. So even though there's some things that I just can't stand about the media mod, and to be just quite frank, honestly, if I want to take this camera out and get my chip out, it is so difficult. I have to break this entire thing down. But to be able to have this thing fully charged, make sure when you go out in the field, not only is your battery charged, but the Volta is charged. I had that issue where I let the Volta sit for a couple days. I went to use it. It was dead, but everything else wasn't. So everything's fully charged. You can go all day on this thing. I am going to go with the lav mic, the wireless lav mic. It's amazing. I went 50, 80, 90 feet away from this camera, and you could still hear me. So I'm going to do some really cool things with this. I'm going to incorporate drone shots over the top. I'm going to incorporate GoPro, of me talking plus B-roll, and the whole time I can narrate. But the one thing I didn't tell you guys, after testing this lav mic, it pokes the living SHIT out of you. So I did some redneck engineering, and I put a bunch of electrical tape on this corner here because it literally dug into my chest. So if you're wearing a hoodie or a sweatshirt or something else that's not touching your skin, you'll be fine. But wearing just a t-shirt, especially down in the South, it was eating me alive, and I constantly was like ripping at it. Other than that, going with the Rode wireless, oh my goodness, that audio was crystal clear, even hauling butt down the road. So this is what I do, guys. I try to eliminate every hurdle that you guys have. The number one hurdle usually is, what videos do I shoot? If you look down in the description below or the pinned comment, this is where we have our daily junk mail. $1 a day will send you an individual title, description, tags, and a thumbnail. 365 different titles, 365 different thumbnails. Thumbnails, I spend $5 to $8 per, and you're going to get 365 for $365. The value is insanity. If you never want to have to come up with a video again, then make sure you go sign up for the daily junk mail. It is down below in the description, and it's also in the pinned comment. Now, if you want to grow your real estate YouTube channel, start clicking on these videos, and you'll be well on your way. And until the next video, homies, we'll catch you later.